Communicating spiritually to dead dogs for seeking political advice might sound like an utterly bizarre idea, but Argentina's fate hinges on these very canines as Javier Milei, the psychic dead dog communicator, emerges as the biggest winner in Argentina's primary elections. A completely unexpected victory. The country is set to have its presidential and legislative elections on October 22 this year. Milei shook Argentina's political chessboard by emerging from relative obscurity. Before entering politics in 2021, he taught economics and authored several books. In fact, he was a rock singer, and his band named Everest mainly covered Rolling Stone songs. Why have people of Argentina ditched political factions that dominated politics for 2 decades? What led to Milei's surprising win? And the answer is country's economic condition. After 3 years of drought that inflicted a $20 billion blow to the country, over 43% of the citizens are wrestling with poverty. While an almost insurmountable $44 billion debt burden with the International Monetary Fund is smothering this South American country, Milei thinks a halt in printing money can offer some respite. He says it's super easy to dollarize Argentina. This would end the fraud of the peso, which is melting like ice cubes in the Sahara. He believes that Argentina's central bank is the worst garbage that exists on this earth. He doesn't shy away from saying, and I quote, "Last year, the central bank robbed 6 points of GDP via inflation tax, and this year it will rob 6 more points. So it's a fraud, and that happens because inflation is not a tax approved by Congress." Not just this, but he has some interesting takes about a whole lot of things. While global leaders, scientists, and businessmen are breaking their heads over finding solutions for climate change, he dismisses it as just another socialist agenda in disguise. He opines that it is merely a cyclical behavior. According to him, abortion is also a much darker side of the same agenda. He's against legalizing it and plans to do a referendum if elected to power. Further, he also advocates trade of human organs and sale of arms. When asked about rationale, he says it's just another market. Continuing the series of explosive comments, he recently denounced Pope Francis as an imbecile and representative of evil. His worldview also offers a sense of the contours of his potential foreign policy if he wins the presidential election. He calls China an assassin and clearly plans to break off with China. In a recent interview, he said that he doesn't cut deals with communists. On the other hand, he considers improving relations with the United States and Israel as his privilege. Amidst Argentina's political upheaval, Milei's emergence as an unconventional force aiming to challenge the political status quo in the country with his unapologetic rhetoric and bold policy proposals is resonating with the mass electorate. After all, he represents pure anger left after polarization exhausts itself without offering any real solutions.